Let's head over to Boulder. There were recruits in Boulder, high school recruits. We haven't talked much high school recruiting when it comes to Coach Prime and the Buffaloes, but now we can. There was two big names that I saw. Zaire Addison, a top 200 prospect out of the Tampa Bay area, the number 17 offensive tackle in America, and also quarterback TJ Lateef, the number 24 QBs, top 300. And there's only 6 QBs in the top 25 that are uncommitted. So TJ Lateef is actually a major domino. What are you hearing on these guys and just the weekend out there in Boulder with Coach Prime?
Well, there's going to be quarterback drama, but right now there's 6 uncommitted guys, and we'll see how it plays out moving forward. But Colorado did a great job with both these guys. Talked to both young men, Mr. Addison. He talked about how Coach Prime's vision for the program and himself to get him to the next level really stood out. And he thought that, Coach Phil Lodeholt, who's from the Bill Beatenbaugh coaching tree, who's one of the best offensive line coaches in the country over there at Oklahoma. He really liked having Coach Phil Lodeholt there. He said that was a big deal for him and loved his approach for the game. And then he gave some love to off-field recruiter Devin Rispris, who's an old coach in Florida, Josh, old high school coach. But he said Colorado feels like home. Now, I thought Florida State is kind of the leader right now, but this is a young man that's taking a lot of visits. Just had a great visit to Miami this weekend. Had a good visit up to Penn State. Had a West Coast swing that also included Oregon, USC, UCLA, and Stanford. So this is a young man that's well-traveled. Florida State, one that I thought set the bar, but Colorado in the thick of that one to get him back to campus. And then TJ Lateef, Nebraska perceived favorite for him going to Nebraska's spring game for his official. But he said Colorado has changed his perspective in a big way, said it was a special place, certainly likes what he's seen for Shadur Sanders, Coach Shermer in that offense. Kids are excited about it when they talk to him about Coach Shermer is talking to these kids about his offense, and, they're vibing with him and feeling it. And TJ Lateef, maybe we slow down, pump the brakes just a little on Nebraska. He said that this Colorado visit changed things, changed his perspective, and he's excited to see what the future brings for him with that recruitment.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, these quarterbacks, they got to go somewhere, and Colorado has a major need. And a quarterback like a TJ Lateef, somebody in the top 25, could be the piece that gets that high school recruiting going, especially landing a quarterback kind of setting the foundation for the 2025 class. What's your feeling just in general about Colorado recruiting at the high school level? I've been, a little, I don't know if the right word's disappointed, but I thought Coach Prime would do more than just kind of pick off a couple elite players like a Jordan Seaton, but I thought he might bring in a whole class of Jordan Seatons, not just one here, one there. Is it going to improve out there in Boulder this cycle?
Well, it just hasn't been a point of emphasis for them.
Yeah.
It's obvious that the transfer portal is the main thing for them and the main deal, and that's where they do a lot of their work. Do I think that they could be more exciting on the high school trail if that's the route they chose? Hell yeah, I think they could. If Deion Sanders was in high schools, it would be phenomenal. Kids would love it. He is as charismatic a person in college football as we've seen in quite some time. And look, Nick Saban, when he retired, I got a chance to talk to some of his former players like Ryan Kelly, and they just talked about what it was like when Saban came into the high school and just the excitement and just how much different that felt than even some of the other mainstream names in college football at the time. If Deion Sanders went into 20 high schools, did some in-home visits, I think that would tremendously move the needle for Colorado, for high school guys, if that's the route that they chose to go. Now, certainly they want to win right away, and so they viewed the transfer portal as the recipe for that. But I think that holistically, to win long-term, to win year in and year out, the foundation of your program has to be high school recruiting and then player development from 18 to 22, and you use the transfer portal as a place to certainly land a no-brainer, because we're seeing some no-brainers going in the portal now, but to add depth to a room that maybe you lost some guys to the NFL draft or injury or just didn't recruit well. So it'll be interesting to see if their philosophy changes on the trail. But if Deion Sanders and his coaching staff wanted to attack high school recruiting, they would land more blue chippers than the Jordan Seatons and the Cormanis and the Donovans and the guys that they've been able to land to date.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's able to go into Michigan, land a Brandon Davis Swain, go into Georgia, land a Cam Michael, go to IMG, land a Jordan Seaton. But you just like to see it a little bit more consistently. So we're going to continue to talk Colorado recruiting as the spring.
But it's not
summer.
it's not what they want to do, Josh. So we could sit here and talk about their potential. It's more, are we evaluating their recipe? Because we certainly know they would do better high school recruiting if they chose to go that route. But that's not the route that they're going.
Yeah, well, I'm still waiting for them to kind of flip the switch and turn it on because, like you said, we both know Coach Prime is able to do it. Just is he willing to do it at the high school level, and is that their plan? We'll see. Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed that, go check out the hundreds of videos that we have on this channel, and also do me a favor, hit subscribe to the On3 Recruits channel.